Hello, I'm Mark Hall-Patton, administrator of the Clark County Museum, and as you can tell, we are not at the museum today. We're out in Moapa Valley at the Community Center. You might ask, why are we out here? Well, a few months ago, Commissioner Marilyn Kirkpatrick asked the museum whether we could put an exhibit out here talking about the history of the Moapa Valley. We were very happy to do that. The Clark County Museum covers the entire county, and we like getting our information out so that everybody has access to it. Well, the Moapa Valley has one of the more interesting histories in southern Nevada. We start with the earliest settlements, which were obviously the Native Americans. We had the ancestral Puebloans, also known as the Anasazi. We had a number of other groups that came through here. The Southern Paiute were the ones that were here when the first Mormon settlers came in. The first American to come through here was Jedediah Strong Smith. He's an interesting guy because he was here in 1826. By 1828, he was on the far north end of what is now California. It's called Del Norte County. He was the first American to get into that area. And by 1831, he was killed by Indians in what we think of as Kansas today. Now realize he's doing all of this on foot. So Jedediah Strong Smith was all over the place. In fact, the Virgin River itself was named for one of his colleagues, a Thomas Virgin. This is the first map that shows the area, and it also is the first map that shows Vegas. But then we took it forward into the 1860s. We talk about the communities that were here, because a number of those communities then went away in 1871. And you might think, well, why'd they all go away? Well, all the settlers here went back to Utah. Now, why would you go back to Utah? Well, apart from the fact that they were Mormons, they wanted to live in Utah, there was also an odd thing that happened. This area became part of the state of Nevada in 1867. They didn't bother to tell anybody here, however, that they were in Nevada. And in 1869, the first state official to come down here was a tax collector who said, you owe us 3 years of back taxes. And they said, wait a minute, we're not in Nevada, we're in Utah. And so they surveyed the area, found out that they were in fact in Nevada, owed the back taxes, and at that time you had to pay your taxes in gold to the state of Nevada, not to Utah territory where they had been paying taxes. So all of the settlements voted to leave and they returned to Utah. The only family that stayed here were the Benellis, and this area was abandoned then for about 10 years. In the 1880s, the Latter-day Saints came back into the area, resettled the area, and it became a very good area for planting. This was also the route for the earliest highways coming through here. The railroad came down through the valley. So we talk about all that. You see, we even got some barnstorming out here at the same time. This is about 1920. That's when the first plane also came into the Vegas Valley. What we tried to do here was talk about all of that history and bring out some of the artifacts that would be related to the history. There was mining done out here as well. There were salt mines, gypsum mines, gold mines. All of that was part of this area. We also had the Civilian Conservation Corps here in the 1930s. And then just the area continued to grow up and became the kind of area that it is today. So when you come out to the Moapa Valley, be sure to stop into the Community Center and take a look at the exhibit. It'll be open anytime that the Community Center is open and is available for free to anybody who's coming out here and wants to learn a little bit more. In addition, be sure and stop at the Lost City Museum and the old Locondale School Museum. They are two museums out here in the valley that are well worth stopping at as well. Remember, I'm Mark Hall-Patton from the Clark County Museum, and we do want to see you out at the museum. We're only open 7 days a week, and we're only $2. So when you're not out here in the Moapa Valley, come out to the County Museum and see us. We'll look forward to seeing you.